In today's video, we dive into one of the most sensitive and controversial topics in American politics: the hidden relationship between intelligence agencies, lobbying power centers, and U.S. foreign policy. Jeffrey Sachs, one of the most respected analysts in the country, has made shocking claims, including that Jeffrey Epstein was connected to Mossad and that the real decisions about America's foreign policy are made far away from the public eye. This is not a story about one man. It is a story about a system where public opinion matters less and less, while power is concentrated behind closed doors.
The Epstein files play some role in this. Epstein was a Mossad agent, and there's no doubt that there's blackmail involved in this in some way or another that we don't fully know. How corrupt can America be? We're plumbing new depths, basically. Yeah. Starts with the fact that in foreign policy, public opinion plays almost no role in the United States in general. That's true across wars. That's true across almost all of the issues that we have a foreign policy. This is executive branch, largely covert. It's very heavily CIA and national security driven, rather than any publicly driven decision-making. Congress is pretty much useless across the board in foreign policy and has been for a long time. Of course, the Congress is suborned by the military-industrial complex to begin with, by the military contractors, and then there are the specific issues.
Sachs explains that the Epstein case is not an isolated scandal. It is a window into the deeper, long-lasting structures of power that have shaped U.S. politics for decades. According to him, American foreign policy is almost entirely detached from the will of ordinary people. Instead, it is driven by intelligence agencies, private interests, the military-industrial complex, and influential lobbying groups, including AIPAC, and others that have enormous access to decision-makers. While the public believes that voting and polls guide the direction of the country, Sachs argues the opposite, that Congress has been sidelined and weakened for years, overshadowed by powerful institutions that operate with little transparency. Even presidents, he suggests, often inherit operations, pressures, and strategies that they cannot fully control. Epstein's alleged connection to Mossad is, in this context, not just a scandal. It is an illustration of how influence, leverage, and intelligence networks can be used to secure compliance, information, and political control. Sachs urges viewers to look at the bigger picture, a system where small elites quietly shape foreign policy while ordinary citizens are left with almost no real influence.
Israel. So you mentioned, of course, the biggest one, which is the Zionist lobby, the AIPAC, and others. There's just a tremendous amount of buying of votes and corruption and threats against individual congressmen. I'm sure that the Epstein files play some role in this. Epstein was a Mossad agent, and there's no doubt that there's blackmail involved in this in some way or another that we don't fully know. The CIA-Mossad relationship dates back many, many decades. Mossad does murders on behalf of the CIA. They deeply share intelligence. The CIA is the single most powerful agent of our foreign policy. And so this is not only the Israel lobby, because after all, by the way, the Jewish community is profoundly unhappy with what's happening. Of course, there are Jews that support Israel, but there's a vast community of Jews that is completely aghast.
The Epstein case may never be fully uncovered, but Jeffrey Sachs's warning goes far beyond one individual. He argues that American democracy has drifted into a model where true power no longer lies with the people, but with networks that operate in the shadows, and intelligence agencies, lobbying groups, and private interests. If this is true, then the real question becomes, who is actually running the country? Elected officials, or the systems standing behind them?